Hello, I am Ungazi Kemp. How is everyone doing today? I hope all is well. I'm here today because I want to talk about how I began my career as a nurse. When I first started off in nursing, I was working for Walmart. I was a sales floor software, soft lines worker, and I was also a cashier. So there was an urge for me to go back to school. And I looked up to one of my aunts. I had an aunt who was going to school for LPN, and she was working for a particular hospital, and she started off as a food service technician, and she branched off and began her nursing career as an LPN, and she went further to get her RN. So I looked up to that, and I wondered. I thought to myself, can I do the same thing? Because at that time I was working at Walmart again, and I was tired of doing the same old things, and the pay was okay, but it wasn't what I expected or wanted it to be. So I thought, why don't I become a nurse? There was a CSM who was working there, and she was in LPN school. So I thought, hmm, why don't I go that track, see what it's about? So I started off at a technical college, well, actually a technical school, which became a technical college. And at first, learning the bare minimum of the course, having hands-on experience as a CNA, and learning the ropes as to becoming an LPN, it was a little hard for me to get used to. I struggled with doing CNA work at first. I didn't want to do it, but I said, well, I got to learn how to do it in order to move forward and become an LPN. So I did the CNA work, especially during the time we were in school. Next was working with nurses. I got the book training, but sometimes it didn't click for me. It didn't do a click. But as time went by, and as I continued to pursue my diploma, it seemed like everything fell into place. It was almost as if the textbook made sense to the whys we had to do things a totally different way. For example, there was a small hospital that we did a lot of our clinicals at, besides a larger one that we also did clinicals at. And the smaller hospital, we got so much training in. I mean, we did med passes, we did procedural training as far as when someone had a valve replacement in the legs, um, all kinds of different stuff. Whenever someone came back from a procedure, we got a lot of firsthand training then. We also had a lot of tests. Oh my God. It was like when we came back from clinicals, we would have about 2 or 3 tests in one day because learning the information was very critical and crucial to knowing what was expected of us. The testing, the testing was sort of hard. I mean, it was it wasn't all that hard sometimes, but then it made you think about what choices you had to make, how you prioritize certain things. And in this class, there wasn't a real, it was competition with grades, but everybody was trying to struggle to survive these classes in order to take the test to be an LPN. And there was a lot of dreaming. We dreamed about how life was going to be once we became an LPN and what a difference we would make in society. We dreamed about how great life would be. We had the dreams, we had the struggles, we had the tests. I mean, I was communing with 2 or 3 other females from our homes, and it was basically an hour's drive. A lot of times we had to get up at least 4 o'clock so we could be at our clinicals by 5:30 to be there on time at 6 o'clock because we couldn't be late. It was certain dress codes we had to make sure that we were in alliance with. You know, when you went to clinicals, you couldn't have a spot on your shirt. You couldn't have dusty shoes. You couldn't even wear dangling earrings. And you better not wear long hair that covered your face or whatever. Everything was supposed to be in a ponytail. You couldn't have long fingernails. You couldn't wear fingernail polish. You know, that was the criteria that we had to abide by in order to get and stay in the program. Because every little thing counted, every little thing mattered. Our instructors did not play. So once we got through to the last instructor, we had a pinning ceremony. And everyone was so happy to get through the pinning ceremony, but then we had the last test that we had to take, and everybody had to do well on that last test. And we all survived. My class survived. We went through hell and back together, but we made it. We made it through to take the test, to take those boards. Sitting for the boards was nervous. I took my boards in Macon, Georgia, and the boards really made me nervous. But when the test opened up and I was able to take it, it was by computer. So, you know, we had to make the best probable choice for the test. And the test made sense to me. It was sort of very easy, but I didn't want to put my confidence in it too much because I didn't want to fear. I feared flunking, so I didn't want to say yeah I passed, and I didn't pass. So I waited to get those results in through the mail. And I was so happy when I saw that I passed. Oh my God, I was so happy. Because I had worked for about 2 months at a nursing home as a CNA. That was not fun. Because a lot of times, even though people say teamwork, There were not always team players. Now, I had a few that, were nice and would help me sometimes, but I had to learn to be strategically set to perform my ADLs on my patients, as well as putting them in and out of the bed and turning them. That was back-breaking work. And when I got my LPN, I really appreciated the experience. I appreciated where I came from to where I was going. My LPN experience I had lasted for about 8 years, and then I transitioned over to a RN. So that's my little speech for today about my humble beginnings. We'll move forward on to my journey as a RN. Thanks. Have a good day.